All right. Looks like we're back. We had to party up a little bit yesterday. Okay. Uh, August the 20th, huh? Okay. And, let me get myself together here. There we go. Okay. Now, August 20th, party's over. Uh, And we're looking at some couple of things. We're going to talk about what we're going to talk about. You know what we're going to talk about. A little point here, excuse me. It's state number 9 down there in Indiana, specifically Gary, Indiana. Home of the Jacksons. Okay, so, but what I've been looking at and what we've been finding out, they're not getting no help down there. It's state number 9, and as far as the power and everything. So we're talking about that, and the power workers were being shot at. It's no good, and well, we say bad people will commit bad crimes, so that's what's going on there. Down there in Indiana, in Gary, and so we wanted to talk about that. But here we go. Nolan Wells. Here we go again. That happened July the 4th, and here we go. It's July. It's August the 20th? Damn, that happened July. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, way too much playing with this case. We already said that. Way too much playing. I heard the lady, what's her name, Angel McCraft, whatever the goddamn name, the DA. She's running her mouth, blah, blah, blah. She said this, it was total bullshit, this, that, and the whole 9 yards, just on and on. We trying to protect this, we trying to protect that. If this was a white boy and 3 black boys did that, wouldn't be no protection for them. They be taking their ass to jail. It'd be all be, and and then we're talking now. She's talking about they sending all the stuff. They playing they playing with that boy's body. I already said that. And now they're talking about the investigate drowning doesn't need to be investigated. If it's a drowning, it's a drowning. What are you investigating? She's all over the place. You see what I'm saying? The DA, Now I'm talking about McElrath. Yeah, her. All over the place. I looked at it. See what I'm saying? And it seems like everybody's milking this case for all the money they can get. Everybody. I'm seeing it all. Everybody's on it now. I looked at the internet. All of them. That's all we can say that, So, but now, in this case, as far as those white guys, they all all over the place too, and you can't find the truth with them, So the prosecutors, DA, all that, it's all a joke. It's all a joke. They playing with the phone. Now turning that over and all that. Where's Elmore? What I called you. I'm not calling you out. I'm just calling your name. What are you doing? What are you doing? Too much playing with Nolan. As far as the body and all that. Too much playing with all the lies and bullshitting. Somebody needs to be punched in the mouth. I'm saying that. I said that a long time ago. Somebody needs to get punched in the mouth. We need to get some truth out of somebody. See, this brings the truth out. Shit. Okay? You can't, I be ready to whip some asses. You see what I'm saying? To get some answers. If I was Elmo. They stonewalling, bullshitting. You see what I'm saying? Jiving, chucking and jiving. Hey, laughing behind their backs. They're doing that. Enjoying all the pain that they feeling. The Nolan Wells' parents, Christine and Elmore, they enjoying all the pain they feeling. And again, no throat, no larynx. Okay, no respect. No respect. No throat, no larynx, no goddamn respect. What about Hudson? We still, we on his ass. You know that he's our number one guy. What's he been doing? Well, we know about the 170,000 to cover his lawyer expenses for the kids. Their lawyer expenses. For the suit that he is anticipating, the symbol suit that he's anticipating that's going to happen. It's nothing that's happening, but he's looking ahead. Okay. So so now lately, we've been checking it out. Finding out what's going on down there. He's been getting some calls. From people. You don't know them. Some, they're calling his son a murderer. Okay? Another caller kind of called him out. Now, it looks like some pressure is mounting. Pressure's mounting. And Dr. Hudson, he's getting more calls. They're getting more calls and questions about, his part. If anything, what did he have to do with anything? Did he see anything? Because up until now, he ain't been getting questioned. But I hear now he's getting a couple of questions, getting a little uncomfortable. What about Ashley? Well, she's in the house, something like that. But I don't know. I haven't heard a lot. Maybe she's have something on her mind. But they're getting some calls though. That's all I know. That's all we know. And she kind of flaunts her position, as a judge, calling shots and all that kind of stuff. Remember when she came out the first day, and trying to set the template or whatever you want to call it, for what's going to happen now. We speed up to today. Boy, this case is just full of everything. Okay, now they had the big powwow in New York. You see what I'm saying? The big meeting with Trump. I mean, not Crump. Okay, and Sharpton, the parents, and all that little theater kind of. I don't know, y'all. All I know is money being made. People, they're not doing all this for free. And all I know is they went all the way up to New York, still didn't get no good answers. more questions, about the damn body parts, the throat. They said now they said some of that I don't know. So now they said what I see here, it was Spike Lee was there. Oh, a big deal. Okay, I mean I've seen some of his movies, so he's a good guy. But still no answers on that trip to New York. Okay, so now coming back to Nolan's phone, it's been compromised. Okay, they say the Snapchat is gone. The phone's been passed around and shit. So when they doing all that, somebody's playing with it. They got all the like I said. Now they just found that out. That's gone. They said that in New York. So the phone's no good. Phone's no good. We always said that. So now back to Dr. Hudson. That's what I got. He's been questioned about drugs, opioids, and things like that. Because they know he's we call him the drug doctor. That's our name here at Real Life Live. And it's just Well, he does. That's his profession, or what do you want to call it. Yeah, he is a doctor, and he deals with opioids. My fingers miss. If we can get this damn thing straightened out, that's all right. Okay, but yeah. So he's nervous, especially when he's getting some questions. I'm talking about Dr. Hudson. When he's getting some questions about drugs, y'all, he's getting nervous. You see what I'm saying? We kind of looking at him, when everything goes down, because this is, I don't know how, we know how it's kind of going to end, but we kind of wonder what he's going to do. And I'm looking at is he looking for an off-ramp or something like that? You see what I'm saying? His son, he's been getting some calls. His son's being accused of killing Nolan Wells. Now, we kind of have our own, thoughts about that. Now, every story and lies being told, about thousand of them. That's why we look at them, but we don't really talk about them. Or look at this, look at that, look at all that shit, man. If we keep on going with that, we'll never get things done here. It's like all kind of creators all over the world talking about this case. But we're talking about one guy. What we think, So we were talking about the second autopsy. You see what I'm saying? Missing parts. What parts are they missing, y'all? Excuse me. What parts are they missing? The throat, again. No throat, no larynx, no case. Neck bones missing. What? Neck bones? Yeah, I thought you had those neck bones and potatoes. Shit, that's pretty good though. Well, what? So in other words, no complete steel, no complete throat. Still not there. Boy. Elmo. No respect. Okay, so as we come back to Dr. Hudson, He knows that, no throat, no case. He knows that. He knows what happened to that throat. He knows what happened to that throat because he did all that. That's what we think. Now, that ain't what we know. That's what we think. And he's paying all that money. He's the big hero. He's paying all that money trying to find the killer, 170 grand trying to find the killer. Yeah, so, and we, who we think is the killer all along. And that ain't changing, y'all. That ain't changing. You know who we think is the killer. So, what we see, maybe that whole house of cards, their house, maybe it's kind of getting, kind of weak, getting weak. Cracks. The walls making sounds. They seeing ghosts. Nolan talking to you. Warren's kind of tripping. He's been all over the place, and the doctor, you don't really hear from him, but I think he's hearing things. That phone's ringing. And, I hope all that with all the phones and all that's happening a lot. You see what I'm saying? Because, we want to see the cracks, and I wonder how Warren is holding up, if he saw what happened, if he saw his dad kill, Nolan, we speculating, okay? We know the walls saw it or heard it, but they can't talk, y'all, as we wrap up. It's great to be back, by the way, but the walls can't talk. So what we think. So, as we close, we'll say this. Incomplete evidence is incomplete evidence. You don't have the whole body. You don't have the whole evidence. You don't have a case. So, incomplete evidence is one thing. This long, bumpy road that we've been traveling on this case, started on July the 4th, it's going to come to a dead end. A crash. Sorry about that, y'all. We're closing up now. Real Life Live. That's what we see. But it's incomplete. We've already said that. No throat, no larynx, no case. This is Real Life Live.